Hey guys, uh, we're here at our house on a beautiful Friday, and we wanted to talk to you a little bit about some real estate stuff. This is my wonderful wife Jodi,
Good morning.
and I'm Caleb, and we just wanted to answer a question that we get asked all the time about real estate. Where are all the houses? It's a question that is perplexing
Yeah,
and it takes a little bit of time to answer. But right now we're in a pretty big drought when it comes to new houses on the market.
sure.
So we're going to try to dig into that a little bit. So Jodi, where have all the houses gone?
I know. So Caleb's right. I feel like more people than not have asked me that question. I mean, so
Mm-hmm.
if you're a buyer out there right now, that's probably what you're experiencing. Is when a house comes on the market, it sells within hours. Um, and so and there's not many houses coming for sale right now. But
That's right.
overall, so we kind of analyzed this and we polled a few people, and we've been digging in and reading a few articles. And what Caleb and I have kind of come up with is that in order to answer this question, we have to go back to basic economics and look at last year. So last year was the great pandemic.
Right.
And I feel like everybody just spent a lot more time at home, right? So we were all forced is not a good word, but we were all enticed to stay in our homes for many months. And
We
I
stayed
mean,
a lot of time in this home. I know that.
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I worked right here at this table. In fact, I love this place. This is my favorite place. So, um, but I think that because we were all at home so much more, obviously, you're working from home. Jobs shifted around, and they coordinated where a lot more of their employees could work from home. And because of that, everybody started to look around and maybe get bored with their walls. They also realized that a large city was not maybe what they had always dreamed of. And obviously, being so close to people in a pandemic was not, as acceptable anymore. So, am I right? Like, we saw this great exodus from all these larger communities
Mm-hmm.
into other states and particularly more rural areas, which Arkansas is just that. We are rural, and that's the beautiful thing about our state. We're the natural state. Um, and so we have seen a huge flood of out of state buyers coming, and coming into our market, Russellville, Arkansas, Pope County, Yale County, all of these around us. I mean, so
It's been a kind of a weird thing because we've been in this business 12 years now, and we've dealt with lots of clients, but a flood of people we've had a lot of Michigan, Minnesota people that I know we've dealt with.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
specifically,
Washington's the state of Washington. We've had a lot of people from there
yep,
that's come this way. And the other reason I think they've come toward the south and even to the west is because of cost of living. I mean, cost of living
for
in
sure.
Arkansas is so much cheaper than you would say like Washington
You
or
bet. You can
um,
definitely buy
you know,
a bigger house here for less money than you can, obviously, in California or anywhere on the West.
so they're cash buyers because they've sold their house in these other states for a whole lot more money. They're buying these bigger houses with more land here, and so it's been kind of a weird thing, but nice at the same time. But it's driven prices up a whole lot.
Yes, yes. And so what's happening is these out-of-state buyers are coming in and obviously claiming a home here and making it their home, which we're excited about. We're glad to grow. That's not necessary. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying when a market increases buyers so much, then the inventory just can't keep up. That's your basic economics of inflation, inflated prices. So that's why we're seeing fewer homes on the market and higher
That's
prices.
right.
But by all means, we welcome these people. I think that they bring a lot of good culture and just new opportunities for us here. But it does make it hard for you moving across town to find that dream home of yours.
So just to give numbers to what we're talking about how people are moving across the country, we found some statistics here. So these are states that have more people moving into their state than they have people moving out of their state. So I'm going to give you the top 5 states and their percentage of that. Okay. So number 5 would be Maine, way up in the northeast corner, Maine is at 13% more people moved into that state than out of that state. South Carolina had 26% more people move in than out. Then we have number three, Delaware, 30% more people moved in and out. New Mexico at 44%.
Man.
And then I bet nobody will guess who the number one is. And no, it's not Arkansas. I wish it was. Idaho. Idaho had a 194% increase. More people moved in than out. So they had the mountains, I guess.
Yeah.
They had the.
They're seeing a worse inventory problem than we are.
Oh, absolutely. So they're seeing these, I'm sure, huge hikes in prices and inventory just being gobbled up. And I think a lot of that is California moving, Washington moving out in that direction. And it's just kind of a free for all almost, it looks like to me. But in this list, the top 10, Colorado wasn't on there, Montana, Texas, California, Florida, none of those states were on this list. And so you can see where are these people coming from. Well, they're coming from these areas. They're coming from these high dense populations and they're moving into these more rural areas. I mean, New Mexico. I don't think I'd ever go to New Mexico unless I was elk hunting or fly fishing maybe.
And we polled our agents last Tuesday at our sales meeting, and they averaged about 60% of their clients are out of state clients right now, which is wild.
That's huge.
That's
yeah,
huge.
That's huge.
And we also found we pulled some other numbers for you guys that there are currently 183 houses on the market today.
And that's in our MLS, right?
Excuse me, that's in our MLS. And we are pretty much from Clarksville, somewhat into a little bit of those rural communities, all the way to Morrilton and Hector, Dardanelle.
Yeah, so Johnson County, Polk County, and
Conway
Gale
County,
somewhat Conway County. So that's only how many?
183 houses active listings right now. That's homes.
In our MLS, and that's basically 3 counties.
And so, to give you some perspective, average when we started in the business 12 years ago was 683. So we don't know what to do. So I feel like we have to go knock on people's doors these days. So.
Yeah. So next time, what we're going to talk about is so we've talked about last year. We kind of set that up for us going into this year, and we'll have more numbers for everybody the next time about what's currently happening, where are the numbers, why is there such a drop off. But in order for us to do that, we had to set up what happened last year in order to what's affecting us today, right?
Yeah, right. So stay tuned. We'll have another Facebook Live soon about kind of what current conditions are and what you can expect out of that. So, all right.
All right.
Good deal. Hope
Thanks, guys.
Happy Friday.
Have a good weekend.